Oh my god, the SEC has just lost, guys, this discovery hearing. So many crazy things happened that I'm going to be speaking about, and so you do not want to miss any of this. The SEC just lost and got the biggest hit in the history of this SEC vs Ripple case. In today's video, we are going to be talking about what happened in this hearing, so make sure you watch till the end. I also want to start off by saying smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are brand new, and comment your thoughts down below. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a legal advisor, so make sure you don't take this as any legal or financial advice. This is my opinion, and do your own research. That being said, let's jump right into today's absolutely crazy day. It is one that you guys are going to be really excited for, and I am surprised the price has not reflected it yet. So let's go right in. First off, I have to say that the lawsuit has finished maybe a few hours ago, and Ripple has been trending. Hashtag Ripple has been trending for the entire time. That definitely shows you the amount of people that love what just happened. And this is kind of proof, guys, that we are going to see something crazy happen. Probably the price skyrocket to the sky very soon. I'm excited, guys, and when you hear this news, you are going to be freaking hyped. You guys can clearly tell, if you don't know already, it is something insane because Ripple is literally trending because of it. Okay, guys, so at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 15th today, a discovery hearing was actually made to basically deny the disposition of the motion to subpoena William Hinman. To exact title it here, it was the motion to quash the disposition of William Hinman. And what happened was the Ripple side put in their points, the SEC side put in their points, and well, we got a result which was shared. So basically, what we got is we were allowed and are allowed to officially disposition William Hinman. So round of applause for that, guys. Clap your hands. That is just absolutely huge. The questions we are going to ask William Hinman are crazy, and this is going to be our basis of being able to fight the SEC with all the power. We are going to try and make William Hinman answer his questions, or the questions that he said and spoke about in the speech in 2018, which was the speech that he actually said that Ethereum is not a security and is a cryptocurrency. And we're going to ask him, well, you said Ethereum is not a cryptocurrency, so what do you think about XRP since they're the same? We are also going to speak to him and ask him, or the Ripple side, when I'm referring to we, I'm referring to most likely Ripple's going to ask him, what is going on with the speech? We heard that the SEC says that you were not speaking on behalf of them. So who are you speaking on behalf of when you were saying we? So he basically said, we agree that, for example, cryptocurrency, this, we agree that Ethereum is not a security, and examples like that. So they're going to ask him, when you referred to we, who are you referring to? Did you get any approval from the SEC to give those speeches? Did the SEC agree with any of your speeches? So a lot of these key important questions that the SEC denies, and even in the discovery hearing that we heard today, we heard that the SEC say, well, speeches are speeches, we don't kind of connect with this. You know, William Hinman stated this on his own. It has no ideology or nothing related to the SEC. So if we get William Hinman to say, yes, you know, the SEC agreed with the speeches, or the SEC told me to do this, or I was speaking on behalf of the SEC, since he was working on behalf of the SEC at the time, well, that would kind of change the whole court case for Ripple and the SEC. Now, the real question comes down to, what was the partial win for the SEC? Well, basically what we were told is that we are only allowed to ask questions in correlation with the speech. So if we're trying to ask William Hinman about any conversations with third parties, that will not be allowed. Now, we got the Chris Larson lawyer to actually come in during this discovery hearing and actually ask about that and say, you know, Judge, how am I supposed to ask questions when we're not allowed to ask about third parties? And the quick answer was, basically they're going to have a meeting to confer today evening. And this conversation that they're going to be discussing is, when exactly do they want the deposition? In the deposition, obviously they're going to be able to ask these questions. The deposition was set to be on Monday, but the judge allowed them to confer and discuss when exactly they want that deposition. And in that, they're also going to do a bit of a conversation to what are they allowed to ask, what should they ask. And of course, this meeting is going to be with the SEC and Ripple. What is something that actually shocked me and what that was actually brought up during this lawsuit closer to the end was something that you guys also need to pay attention to. And that was internal memos. So throughout the entire lawsuit, obviously, from the beginning of the discovery hearings, we always heard that, Ripple won the court discovery hearing about internal memos. And so the SEC would need to, by force, go ahead and give those memos, internal memorandums, to Ripple. Well, that has not happened. And obviously, we've seen Ripple go to the judge twice. And this court hearing was the third time that it was brought up. The court hearing discovery, one of the lawyers actually brought it up and said, you know what, since it was mentioned and Ripple kindly asked about those memos and was constantly trying to get those memos from the SEC, Judge, not one single memo do we have. The SEC denied all your orders and we got nothing. So we need those documents and they're not giving it to us. What should we do? And obviously the judge replied with, this is what we're going to do. Meet in the meeting. That is today afternoon. We want you to discuss everything, including the internal memos. And then if things were to not go well, come back to me, send me a letter. So what's going to happen is today afternoon, they're going to get a big letter. The judge is going to get that. And in that letter, you're going to have information on the internal memos. In that letter, you're going to have information on what they're allowed to ask in the deposition. And they're going to have the exact time and day of the deposition. So all of this is going to be included into one major letter, and that's going to be sent to the judge. The judge is going to agree with that letter, or maybe want to make a few changes. You never know. And then we'll go ahead and we'll see a bunch of rulings come out, including the deposition. And I'm going to go ahead and actually shift the tweet right here all the way to James K. Fillon. So as you guys can see, it says, Hinman's deposition authorization, but may be delayed for a brief period. Authorized, but may be delayed for a brief period after a meet and confer regarding deliberation proceeding privileges. Response due tomorrow, and the whole deposition is going to be about the Hinman speech. If you watched my live stream where I was actually on live during the SEC vs. Ripple discovery hearing, I was telling you guys live as it came out about what happened. The whole live stream is still down on my channel, and I'll probably be able to link it in the description below. It was a great live stream, and so many people were there. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Now on to John E. Deaton. This is out of the words of John Netburn's mouth, which is the judge, or Judge Netburn. My bad. Judge Netburn. She says, former Director Hinman must sit for the deposition. Boom, guys, there is the win. We officially have him depositioned. Just a quick funny thing here. So during the live stream, I kept on saying disposition instead of deposition, and so everybody was making jokes about that. Please don't comment that in the comment section. Alright, guys. So, how important is this deposition? Well, this is something that is mind-blowing because I should say Ripple's going to try their best to get as much information from Hinman, especially since he had some conversations that were very closely linked with Ripple. First off, they want to know a bit about the 1 week prior to speech conversation that was with Ethereum. In this conversation, the SEC team was seen, or let's be more specific, Hinman was seen to have sat with the founder of Ethereum and discussed some things that are not known to public. As well, a week later, we've seen, Hinman come out with a speech, which the SEC fully denies it linked with, or it was part of, or even thought of the same ideas of Hinman. Hinman comes out with a speech that says Ethereum is not a security, and that starts to discuss cryptocurrency. All of that's happening. And so what we want to know, or what Ripple wants to know, is Who was he speaking on behalf of? What were the conversations that were with Ethereum? And exactly what is going on? You know, the thing that really is putting a lot of pressure right now on the SEC is that the SEC is scared to get any type of questioning, especially when you come to sensitive spots like that, which the SEC firmly denies. Getting Hinman is something that is very important in the aspect of we are going to know the exact thought of the SEC if we can get something out of Hinman that says that the SEC, or that he was talking on behalf of the SEC, or that the SEC agreed with anything he said in the speech. If he says that, then we are firmly going to be able to take anything he says in the speech as evidence during this SEC vs. Ripple lawsuit. And this is exactly what the Ripple lawyer was arguing. And the cool thing about this is that not only will you be able to use the speech, but you're going to be using prior to the speech as evidence and post the speech was evidence. You're going to be basically able to use anything Hinman says during his work period as evidence. And this is the really cool part about this all. If we get this right, then it's a major win for us. So guys, there's going to be a letter, as I said, that's going to be coming out, and I'm going to be the first one to actually make a video on that. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel with post notifications on, like the video, and subscribe to my channel for more daily updates. Nonetheless, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. There might be another video coming out today or later tomorrow. We'll see. But that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.